Well, greetings and salutations to all of my fellow diecast enthusiasts. How are you guys doing today? Hope this day finds you well. All right, so as I promised you, they have arrived in this cardboard box. There is two of the first release of Auto World's 1970 Plymouth Sport Fury GT. And as I promised you, we're going to do an unboxing video for this one today. Total unboxing, cardboard box and all. And then we're going to show the cars in their blister pack, and then we'll take them out and we'll examine them together. So this is going to be you and me discovering these die casts together. And that's awesome. So what do you say we dive right in this baby, okay? All right, so today is Saturday, October the 11th. It's actually my dad's birthday. And I've already wished him well, by the way. And you guys are going to see this video scheduled for next Friday, which I believe is the 17th. So that's when you'll get to see this, okay? And also, I just want to give all of you a thank you for all you guys subscribing, commenting, everything. It means a lot to me, all right? Okay, so you see 3000 Toys right here. That's the company I ordered it from. They're located in Joplin, Missouri. If you want to do business with them, they're a fantastic company. They let you pre-order things. I've had these on order since June, and I finally got them now in October. That's how long it takes to get these things sometimes, right? Ignore the green light thing. They just like to recycle boxes. There's not a green light product in here. I promise you that, all right? So I got my trusty patriotic knife right here, and we're going to go ahead and dive right into opening this box up. And we're going to discover Auto World's latest release together. So I was answering some of your comments on the some of the latest videos. You guys really liked that Fox Mustang video. Really happy about that. All right, here we go. All right, so that's just an invoice. I'm going to go ahead and just put that to the side because I'm trying to keep my address and stuff like that private. You guys don't need to know about that right now just yet. Okay, now this is actually something new that they've done. Let me show you this real quick. So they give me a sticker. They've never given me a sticker before. That's kind of cool. And they always send me a business card. This kind of advertises all of the products that they sell, all the different diecast companies that they sell. And the other thing I like about them is, see, they're a Christian company. And what they do is they always send me a postcard that has an inspirational Bible verse on there. So this is a new one. This is Isaiah 41:10. Yeah, I love how they do that. That's kind of nice that they take the time to give you that. All right. Okay, so it's a box within a box. I love it. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to pull this down. And this one here, let me get this over here. This is getting a little awkward. I don't have much room to maneuver up here, so bear with me on this, okay? All right. All right, so there's our box within a box. We're going to go ahead and open this up now. The two cars will be in here. Gotta be careful. I don't want to cut too deep. I'm trying not to, damage anything. Okay. Yeah, I've been looking forward to these for quite a while now. Someone even made a comment about it. They're like, "Hey, are you really excited for those new Auto World Plymouth Sport Fury GTs to come out?" And I said, "I'm more than excited. I'm thrilled about it. I've been waiting for these for a while." All right, here we go. Oh yeah, there they are. All right, tilt it down. And here they come. So lay them down here on the table. I'm going to get everything organized and situated so you guys can see them real nice. All right, so we'll put this one up here on the little stand I got. Okay, and then I'll bring my little turntable over. We'll lay this one down just like this, like so for now. There we go. All right, so here they are in all their magnificence in their blister pack. So this is the Jamaica Blue version right here. And I like how they do this. They always put like little fun facts on the blister card right here. It says, see, this is the first mass market release of our all-new 1970 Plymouth Sport Fury GT casting. We've also tooled multiple parts to replace various trim levels of the Fury from 1970 through 71. I'm sorry, it says replicate various trim levels. You guys got to understand something. My eyes ain't that great, and I'm trying to read this through a camera, so bear with me. So they've also, replicated those details. So this looks really sharp here. They always replicate the car up here like this. And on the back, they show you some of their, ultra reds that they're offering. So these are the new 2025 releases. You got the, let's see, 1970 Sport Fury GT. They're also going to do another version of their 65 Impala, a 68 Coronet, and also a 61 Dodge Dart Phoenix, which is a lowrider of all things. Now here's a neat one to add to the import collection. 1991 Eagle Talon TSI. That'd be kind of neat to add there. All right. So then we have our burnt orange. Burnt orange was a popular color back in the 70s, wasn't it? How many of you kids, when you were kids in the Gen X era, growing up, did your parents have a burnt orange shag carpet? I remember we rented a house one time that had a pea green carpet. All right, and then this is, okay, now this one has a different fun fact to put on here. The top engine option for the 1970 Sport Fury GT was a 440 cubic inch V8 making 375 horsepower. Yeah. It needed all that horsepower to haul that hefty weight around. Look at that big boy, right? All right, that is fantastic. So, I got a little something to show you too. You know me, I love to have history lessons with you guys about these cars. So, the Sport Fury GT was actually part of a comprehensive performance lineup from Plymouth. They came out with a marketing slogan or program, if you want to call it that, called the Rapid Transit System. And this was an answer to their sister division Dodge and their Scat Pack system, okay? And what this was is this, like I said, Plymouth was in essence offering you a muscle car for every size and every budget, okay? So everything from a compact Duster 340 up to the big Sport Fury GT was available. There was also, of course, the CUDA. There was also the intermediate GTX and Roadrunner. You had 2 trim levels of that to choose from. So, yeah, it was really cool. Now, here's another thing. Most of the time when you think of a 1970 Plymouth Fury, this is probably what comes up in your mind's eye. A cop car that looks just like this. Very, purposeful, utilitarian. You'll notice that this has got exposed headlights, whereas the Sport Fury GT has got concealed headlights, as extra cost, of course. Dog dish hubcaps, no side trim. That's your basic 1970 Plymouth Fury cop car. All right. So now we're going to take a look at the Sport Fury GT in its true 1/64 scale form, all right? I'm going to turn the little turntable on, and what do you say we crack open the Jamaica Blue one first, all right? So let's get the blister pack opening. See, their packages are a lot easier to open than Greenlight's because Greenlight has those hot wire crimped packages that you have to cut open with a scissors. So these are much easier to open. Well, at least in theory, they're much easier to open. It might help if I actually get the cardboard out of the way, right? All right, here we go. Out of the blister, and there's also a secondary blister behind it that they put in there. All right. There we have it. I'm going to tilt this down maybe a little more. There we go. Center this up. So this is all the stuff I usually do, ahead of time, but now you guys are getting to see a little bit behind the scenes of what I do when I'm preparing for videos. This is all the stuff I do, okay? So there's our Jamaica Blue spinning around on the old turntable. I am so bummed out they did the blue one with a black interior. Oh my gosh, what are you guys thinking? You'll notice the burnt orange one has a interior that's like the same color as the body. That is really cool. But, other than that little quibble aside, this is a really nice model. I love the shade of blue. It's got a nice metallic flake to it. The Sport Fury had these little, muscular hood bulges. And then right there is a very tiny 440. You probably can't see it, but right there, that's denoting the engine displacement. And then these would have come with Chrysler rallies for the wheels. This is a very exciting model for me for a couple of reasons. This is the first time I've ever seen a diecast car company do a Fuselage era Chrysler product. These came out this new body style came out in 1969, only lasted until 1973. They did a restyle in 1974 where they kind of lost a lot of the Fuselage look about this. These cars were known for their very sweeping, long, kind of curvaceous sides, a high belt line and a low roof line, I should say. And it makes for a very dramatic looking car. You'll notice it's got a very expensive to produce loop bumper along with those concealed headlights. That's a really nice touch. They got the Plymouth lettering spelled out across the hood there. Ah, man, Auto World did great with this. I absolutely love this casting. This is fantastic. Got those big, bold tail lamps. Whenever they would put these you know, horizontal tail lamps on a big car like this, it just made the car look even wider. And this has got those bucket seats, those high back bucket seats. Those are very similar to what you would find like in a Roadrunner or a GTX. And this would have had sport instrumentation. Looks like a nice little 3-spoke steering wheel in there. Let's see if I can get the hood open. I have a little bit of a fingernail today. I might be able to actually get it to open. Hey, there we go. Look at that. And now we can glimpse at the giant 440 cubic inch rated at 375 horsepower. Boy, they did a lot of nice touches in there. Look at this. So you got a dual snorkel air cleaner. This looks like the washer jar. I can see the radiator in there. And there's something else over here. I believe that's probably the coolant overflow tank because it's adjacent to the radiator. So that's a nice touch. Well, I think it's some good details in this. I like how they black out. They take the time to black out in here. It's not usually body color. That's really cool how they did that. Man, that is nice. Look at that. Let's take a look at the chassis real quick. Yeah, and remember, now these were still unibody cars. Believe it or not, these big cars were still unibody. So you see it doesn't have a perimeter frame. Suspension is attached directly to the body. Got the classic Chrysler torsion bar front end there. Dual exhaust. You got a brace right here. And they always had these long, narrow gas tanks, Chrysler products on this time period, I remember. And this would have been riding on some nice fat 70 series radials too. And you got this nice little full-length stripe that goes down the side. Accentuates the already long length of this car, right? That is fantastic. All right. Now we're going to bust out the burnt orange version. Pretty sharp looking, huh? All right, let's crack it open. I'm going to do it off camera here a little bit. We're going to take a look at this burnt orange version. Yeah, this is really cool stuff. I've been really wanting these for a while now. You know, I paid for these way back in June, and it's great to finally have them. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to have them side by side. So there's our burnt orange version of the same car. When 3000 Toys sent me the email about these, that they had arrived and I was going to be seeing them shortly, I was actually surprised how quick they showed up. That was actually quite remarkable. Especially coming all the way from Joplin, Missouri. That's pretty far. I was on their website checking some things out, and there's some other pre-order things on there. Would you believe they already have on pre-order some other versions of this car? Because that's how it is. There's always a very long lead time. You know, because there's always all this pre-production stuff they have to do first, and then it takes a long time for these cars to be produced in their factory that they do overseas and then ship them over here. I have noticed there's a place called, I've also done business with them, a place called Diecast Models Wholesale. And they tend to get the new products first, but that makes sense because, see, they're located in California. So with shipping logistics, everything is going to arrive in a port city first, and so be offloaded, and then the West Coast people will see that first. So here is our beautiful burnt orange version. You can see some of the other details in this lighter color even better. You see right here, there's some script that says Sport Fury GT. You got a Plymouth script right here. Trying to see what this license plate looks a lot like a New Mexico plate, but I'm not sure. I can't read that. If you guys can, let me know. But I know New Mexico had plates like that. We've got our hidden headlamp front end, loop bumper. This one has the same color. I guess that's actually not a stripe. It's actually side trim. I guess I was mistakenly thinking that was a trim. Now, see, this is great. I probably like this one just a little bit more because it's got the complementary interior. Look at that. That looks so awesome with that burnt orange interior. Man, I'll bet you that was also done with like a metallic sheen too. Then you got your little twin hood bulges here with your 440 right there, telling you what you're packing under the hood. I think the 383 was probably the standard engine, the standard you could get in this one, and then the 440 would be the option. And there's our 440 under there, once again. Really nicely done. Yeah, that's definitely the coolant overflow tank up there in the front left corner. Very nice. Goodyear, they used to put Goodyear Polyglass GT. That was the brand of tire that they used on all their muscle cars back in the day. Yeah, so Plymouth, they really had a comprehensive performance lineup for you in every size. Every size and every budget size. Check that out, huh? So yeah, I'm actually encouraged by this because, see, I'm hoping now that they'll do other versions of all the different Fuselage era cars. Man, there were some great ones. There was they had the Dodge Polara, the Dodge Monaco. You had all the different Chrysler variants. You like the New Yorker, the Newport, and then of course there was the top dog Imperial, which, you know, in 1970, 69, 70, I think up to 73, it was still its separate make. It wasn't, they weren't calling it a Chrysler Imperial like they started doing, I think, 1975. I think 1974 was the final year. It was actually just simply called Imperial. And then there was like I think a Crown and then a LeBaron were the two different models of that. So yeah, this is, I'm looking forward to seeing what other designs they come up with in the future. But in the meantime, I'm happy to have these. These are going to go down on my second tier display that just, you know, shows 1976, because they'll fit right in with that whole theme right there perfectly. I guess I can make one like a pre-owned car, and the other one could be maybe driving in traffic or something. But there you have it, my diecast fans. I really hope you enjoyed that. That's the first time we've ever discovered diecast cars together on the channel. I like that. You know, with the bigger cars, it's really hard to do because they have them so overpacked with you know wire ties and straps and tape, and it's just a mess. You know, this was actually relatively easy to unbox for you guys. This wasn't too bad. So I hope you all enjoyed that, and I look forward to showing you some more good stuff in the future. In the meantime, you take care of each other. God bless. And we'll see you in the next video.